Hey guys, today I'd like to take a look at a fairly new handgun, the Sig P320. It's that new modular guy that's come out that it's been on the cover of all the magazines. So let's take a look at it. Okay, you get the basic plastic Sig Sauer case like we've seen before. Inside you get an instruction manual. You get a pamphlet on their groovy new lube sample they give you. You get a lock, the lube sample, a spare mag, which is in the old range bag right now. The case has a cutout for what I would imagine is one of Sig's light units that'll go on it. And it comes in its own holster, which is kind of cool inside the case. It's paddle type holster and adjusts on the trigger guard like we've seen before. And there's the 320, the thing we really want to see. Let me get rid of this case, slide that out of the way. Okay, this model here is actually the compact version. It comes in a full-size version and a subcompact version. This is called the carry version, to be precise. It has ambidextrous slide locks or releases, depending on what you want to call them. Takedown lever. You can get a model with the Glock type, little paddle safety trigger. This does not have one. It carries a 15-round magazine, which is kind of cool. It's polymer frame, obviously. It's got cutouts here in the frame, which are kind of nice. So if you have to strip a mag for, clearing a malfunction, if you got a double feed jam, you can really grab a hold of it and jerk that sucker out of there. I believe the magazine release is reversible, so you could make it a truly left-hand version. But as you guys have probably read, what makes this so unique is you can change the frame to different sizes. This is the medium size frame. There's a large and a small, and obviously for the different size guns I believe there's different frames for those. Let's take a look at this guy closer. Field stripping is basic Sig. You cock it. You'll notice no hammer. That's because that's right, as you've read and probably seen, this is striker fired. So it's like your Glocks, your M&Ps, your XDs, all of those guys. No hammer. This is their first striker fired that I'm aware of. Anyhow, back to field stripping. You lock the slide back, rotate the lever down, release the slide, and it just slides right off the frame. So inside the frame we've got a dual captured recoil spring unit. Remember, this is the carry version. I believe the barrel is 3.8 inches long. So just like the Sig, this captured recoil spring. Barrel slides out very easily. And there we have the 9mm tube there. Raw excitement of a barrel. Okay, let's look inside the frame there. I got some good light today so we can actually see in there. No tool marks. Looks like it's very well made. It's a Sig, not cheap, so it should be. Serrations in front, which some guys hate, but I actually like them. Night sights, which is nice. So there's the slide. Here's the grip frame. First thing I noticed on the grip frame is the polymer that it's made of is very, very stiff. This is probably the stiffest plastic frame that I've felt between like the Glocks, which are the softest, and the XDs and the M&Ps. This one is very, very firm. The upside is it feels like a metal gun. The downside is if you're used to a Glock, it doesn't absorb as much recoil, but it's only a 9mm, so what are we looking at? But while we're looking at the frame, one thing that I really like on this frame, if you can see it, is this texturing. It's very aggressive, but it looks really nice. It feels great in the hand. Got it on the front strap, back strap, and of course the side panel. So it really gives you a good feeling sticky grip without abrading you. And it looks, just really cool. I really like the texturing they've done on these frames. It's pretty excellent. Now there's the chassis. the trigger unit, which is actually the gun. This is the serialized part. This metal portion here is the serialized part. So you can actually go online. Now I haven't found anyone that actually has them in stock, but you can purchase extra frames for your different size hands. You can purchase frames with magazine slide and, you know, top ends basically, so you can change caliber. So if you had purchased, say, this 9mm and you wanted to go to 45, I believe you could just buy this stuff, no FFL required, just pop out your trigger unit, drop it in, and you've got a 45. So that's kind of convenient if you're in Europe and you can only own one handgun, or if you're in some states here in the US that are very, very restrictive on purchasing, you know, firearms. You could essentially have a number of different firearms with one purchase. But you're probably asking, well, how hard is it to switch? You know, do I need a gunsmith to do this? Is it going to be a major pain in the frickin' butt? No, it's not. I'm going to show you how it comes out. It's really simple. You just take the lever here, if I can do it with the camera in between us, and you can see it runs across there, the takedown lever, the pin. I don't know if you can see it there, but anyhow, you just work it out. You can see it sliding out. And then you have to turn it and pull it out. It's that easy there. And then getting the guts out, you just tilt it up here and then rock it forward and then out. And there's your serialized, this is actually the gun. And this is also kind of cool because after shooting a bazillion rounds, you might, you know, it's going to be really easy to clean. You can pop this out, spray it down with your favorite aerosol gun cleaner, and you know, it's going to be as clean, you know, as the day you got it. So that's pretty cool too. And there's a look at the frame without the guts in there. So it's kind of cool. It's not for everybody, you know, obviously. Price wise, it's coming in not quite $100 over a Glock, but you got to remember, a Glock doesn't come with night sights. Comes with the plastic sight, so if you're a serious, you know, guy, you're going to switch the Glock sights anyway, which makes this gun actually a little bit cheaper if you throw night sights on it. So this is a good competitor for the Glocks and the XDs out there. Alright, I'm going to try and put this sucker back together here with the camera between me, make sure I stay in frame. There we go. Now when you put it together, for some reason, see that half protrusion that came forward? Don't know why it does that, but if you just try and slide the lever back in there, it won't go in. If you look at the lever, it has a flat portion right here that matches that. So when you put it back together, if you just put it back so that lines up, you can push it right in there. Let's see if I can make myself look like a liar here. Oh, not on camera. There we go. There's one side. And then you just finesse it. Well, it's hard to do with the camera in between us. Come on. Now I did this before and it popped right in there. And now it's calling me a liar. Well, I'm going to make you watch me do this. Okay, there we go. I just didn't rotate it far enough forward. I've only done it once before. There we go. So there it is back in. Putting it back together is as simple as grabbing the slide, the barrel, dropping the barrel in, getting your spring unit, captured spring unit, putting that in there, putting it in the notch on the frame. Make sure it doesn't get away from you. It's got a little bit of tension to it because the smaller the gun, the stiffer the springs. The slide rides on 2 rails. There you can see them. So there's a lot of room for dirt and stuff to be evacuated from it. So it should be very dependable like the other polymer pistols that are out there. And there you have it. Back together. Sweet. Let's take a look at that trigger pull. Get my handy dandy Lyman gauge going here. And we'll see what I can do here. It helps if I click go, doesn't it? Don't make me laugh. Okay, that came in at, what, 6.13. Let's give it another go here. We'll do 2 or 3 or whatever. I know this is kind of boring, but we'll just see how it averages out. You know, that broke. I kept pulling after it broke, so that 7 there is a little bit high. I could feel it when it broke. Oh, hit ready again, dumbass. There we go. See if I can get a... It broke around the same weight as that 6. Yeah, it did there too, 6.3. But it's popping up to 7.1. So I would say this is about a 6.3 pound trigger pull. The trigger doesn't feel that heavy. And you can hear the reset right there. So there's not that much travel, unlike a lot of the double action SIGs where you've got a lot of travel. There's the reset, and if you let your finger all the way off, you've got, oh, there's your take up. So it has a very nice trigger. That's what they've been saying. It's definitely a nice trigger. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool looking gun too. Of course, you gotta like SIGs. It does have the higher bore axis with the slide being a little bit taller. You can kind of feel a little bit more. It's more like an XD than a Glock in feel. But it's a nice piece. It shoots well, and it's pretty cool. The P320. Okay, the holster it comes with is a Kydex or polymer, whatever the hell it's made of, paddle holster. And it's marked P250 compact and full size. So I'm assuming by this that the 320 is going to fit in stuff made for the 250, which has been out for a while. So you still, you should be able to find holsters and whatnot for it. I was looking up magazines online, and it looks like they use the 250 magazine for the 320 as well. So that means there should be a supply of magazines out there for it already. So that's cool. Let's take a look at how this holster works. It's a paddle that slips on. It's got 2 notches, if you can see it there, and 1 in the middle, so it really traps your belt. Let me get it on and show you how it looks. Okay, to get that holster on, it's being a paddle, you just stick it inside your waistband, and then you've got to pull that center notch over your belt, so it fits on there really, really tight. It's not going anywhere. It has a tensioner for the trigger guard, which is what it grabs onto. So there you have it there. It grips pretty good, but like I say, you can adjust it. You're going to want a straight draw stroke on it. If you pull at an angle, it kind of binds up a little bit. I haven't played with it much. I don't know how valuable it would be for concealed carry because it kind of, sticks out a bit. But, if you're low on money, you just make this big purchase, at least you have a holster where you can use it at the range or use it, live with it till you can get something better. So this holster actually, I think, works pretty good for what it is, okay? And it's, it's a little extra. So that's kind of cool. So there you have it. The 320. 15 rounds, carry model, shorter barrel, shorter grip. I have very large hands. I could use the medium. I'd like to feel the large grip. The only negative things that I could say about this, nothing's perfect. Everybody has personal opinions. If you've watched my other videos, I'm never thrilled with the square European style trigger guard, but that's neither here nor there. The thing that I dislike most about them, and this is most SIGs, is where the slide lock or release, whatever you want to call it, is. And that's because when I shoot with a thumb forward grip, my thumb perfectly right on there. Because I have a very large hand, no extra large gloves, to give you an idea. So you'd probably want to shoot with this grip with the thumbs curled, but my thumbs are so big then I can't really get the purchase that I like. So I have to kind of move my shooting thumb away onto my left hand when I'm firing it if I want the slide to lock back. So that's, that's not a problem with the weapon, that's just a problem with fit with my hand with this weapon. So it's really nice. I give it 2 thumbs up. It's a pretty cool concept. Whether you're going to want to switch components out, I don't know, but I can really see, you know, keeping it clean would be easy. And if you ever damage your frame, of course, you know, it being polymer, I imagine a good drop onto concrete might chew it up and just piss you off, and you might want to, you know, replace the frame. No FFLs. I think they're $50. You know, you can play with different sizes of, you know, different calibers, you know, with less money than buying an entirely, you know, extra gun. If you have kids, you'll only need one small gun safe, you know, because the parts aren't going to harm anyone. So, you know, there are pluses and negatives to this kind of a component system. Whether it'll catch on, I don't know, even if you never change it. The price is, like I say, it's more than a Glock, but you've got the night sights that are made of steel. You don't have the typical plastic, you know, 3-dot sights Glocks have. And I'm just comparing it to Glock. You know, there's other excellent, you know, polymer guns out there. I'm just using that because, you know, Glock was one of the first to do the polymer thing. So anyway, there's the Glock P320. It's a great little pistol, and thanks for watching.